scrappy people, it's Traci Reed here today, coming at you with a DIY Your Scraps video using my new Beginnings and Endings collection. So I don't normally start with the DIY Your Scraps videos, obviously, because it's about using up a collection after you've used the heck out of it. However, I was feeling super inspired to make my own journaling cards with this collection, which sounds hilarious because I made all of the journaling cards to begin with. But this collection had a sort of simple, not simple, what's the word I'm looking for? Minimalist vibe to it. And if you know me, you know I'm not really a minimalist. So I couldn't pass up the chance to create some more layered cards with these more minimalist feeling cards. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm going to create 20 journaling cards out of, I'm starting with the journaling cards that are in the collection. So you can see I'm adding to journaling cards by layering them on some of the patterned cards and also adding stickers to the top of them. So I've trimmed this one down and I'm going to layer it with both blue and with this cute rainbow card to replicate the rainbow in the actual card. So some of these are going to be a little bit more simple towards the beginning because obviously they are already designed with word art and stuff like that, so they don't need too much added to them. I'm just giving them a little pop. So I've trimmed down this 3x4 into, it's just smaller than a 3x4. I've trimmed off a couple of the journaling strips on it so that I could add to the bottom of it. And I actually decided to trim it down and then add it to another card, just double layering. I didn't really love the way that it looked on just the watercolor card, so I'm kind of adding to it, adding that new beginnings down at the bottom, and then a couple of the flower die cuts. Simple, simple. They'll get a little bit more complicated when I've moved past the actual journaling cards and into making my own journaling cards out of the patterned cards that I have left over. So again, I'm making 20 different cards between using up some of the journaling cards like this one that I've already designed and also creating new ones from the 3x4 cards. My goal was to layer as many of these as I felt like layering. Some of them I didn't feel like needed to be altered at all. I liked them just the way that they were, but some of them I felt like needed some layering. So my goal is to use up all of the journaling cards and all of the 3x4 patterned cards to create something new. So I trimmed this one down and I decided I didn't like that it was a full 3 inches wide. So I'm actually going to trim it again so it's a little bit skinnier than 3 inches. And then, I'm sorry I'm off screen a little bit. I was zoomed in so that you could see better, but sometimes I wasn't paying attention to how low I was on the screen. But all I was doing was adding enamel dots. So I'm mounting this one on the floral, and I'm pulling out the planner stickers for this one. And I've actually got planner stickers that I used in my planner, and then I also printed out the planner stickers on cardstock and made them into die cuts. So some of these stickers that I've been using have been from the memory keeping sticker pack, and some of them have been from the planner sticker pack, but I decided to pull out the actual stickers for that one to create sort of a washi strip across the top. I trimmed down both of these since they are matching cards, and I'm backing them both with a black and white card. These are the last two of the actual journaling cards that I'm going to alter, and then I'm going to move into creating journaling cards out of some of the stickers. So I'm going to add this good riddance to this so glad that's over. And that one was a lot easier for me to work than this one. This one was a little bit more annoying. You can see I added that rainbow washi to it and I didn't love it, so I'm going to mess with it again and instead add the black and white washi so that they match. But I still struggled with where to put it. It was just, the orientation was just a little bit different. I wished I had a half circle that was oriented the other way so that I could put it at the top and they could really match that way, but nope, that's not how it was going to work out for me. I didn't have any design that way. I'm going to add a couple of hearts instead that match the cards. Good. All right. So now I'm going to start with, first, never mind. I'm going to trim down these 2 4x6s, 2 of the 4 4x6s in the collection, which gives me 3 cards because I trimmed down that circular one on either side, so I didn't get an extra card out of that one. Instead, I am going to create a journaling card with that circle in the middle, and I actually really like the way that that cut off, so you kind of have not a full circle. It's kind of fun. Adding stickers to these 2, I want them to look different, so I put the floral at the top of one and at the bottom of another. Okay. Now I need to just finish off this "You Are Powerful" one with something just to make it more than just a sticker on top of a journal card, so I decided to add that floral, 2 florals. Cute. Trim them down. All right. This is the last journaling card I'm going to work with. I'm going to add some fun circles to this one. So I'm going to add this. This will be ridiculously amazing. And then I'm going to add this circle heart as well. Then I decide I need a couple more circles down at the bottom. So I'm just going to add in enamel dots. The enamel dots I'm using are from the Cocoa Daisy Denim and Blush collection. The colors match pretty well. They're a little bit different, but the enamel dots match well enough, so that worked for me. You can see that they're just about the same pink as the pink in my collection. Okay, so these are the 3x4 cards I have left, so I'm going to play around and make some cards out of the stickers. The cool thing about digital collections, printable collections, is that if I mess up, or if I want one of these stickers as a sticker instead of the card I made, I can just always reprint it. That is the best part of having digital collections. You can just reprint as much as you want. I actually have 2 copies of some of these stickers printed out already, so I wasn't too concerned about using up all of the word bits. I love that one mounted on black. I think it really gave it a really cool pop. Adding some hearts to that one, or a heart. I have this lined journaling card from the pattern cards. It's actually the same as the paper, so even though it looks like it's a journaling card that belongs in the journaling card pack, it's in the pattern cards. I have some of these journaling cards in a horizontal orientation, like that pink one, because when I design my printable sheets, if it has a specific orientation, both copies of the journaling card go on the printable sheets. So some of these patterns I have 2 copies of. So the ones that are horizontally oriented I am using for matting purposes, like you can see here. So Ready for a New Chapter is actually a planner sticker that I printed out as a die cut. So I am going to add that plus one of the other planner stickers I printed out as a die cut, which is one of these patterned ones. I'm going to put that here. Making a fun layered effect. You can see that these are a little bit more less linear than the cards I designed with the actual journaling cards. These are a little bit more freer, a little bit off kilter, just because, you know, I'm not starting with something that's already almost or pretty close to 3x4 to begin with, so it's easier for me to layer and create something a little bit different with those. I'm going to use this set of tags from the sticker set. One to journal on, one is a word bit. I don't really love the way that both of those tag holes look at the top, so I'm kind of trying to figure out how to deal with that. I'm going to add a floral. Cute. All right. Few more cards left. Can you believe that I worked through 20 of these? This whole thing took me about an hour. I think it was about an hour and 20 minutes to make 20 cards. I just kind of did it while I was, you know, listening or watching something else. And it just is a different way for me to get my creativity going in a way that is not necessarily scrapbooking a page. And also, like I've said in multiple DIY Your Scraps videos, this gives me sort of a head start on any layout that I choose to use these on. They look like I put a lot of effort into the layout when really I created these in advance and then just added them to the layout, which is super cool for future me. I have this scallop from the stickers that I'm adding because it matches that tab. Okay, 4 cards left. I think I'm going to create 3 out of these 4. And these cute tags. I just like using these tags as layers more than I like using them as tags. It's kind of how I've always been with tags. So I'm creating layers here. Sorry again for being off camera. I just punched out some hearts with a little tiny heart punch and some scraps of that black journaling card that I had used to mount or to back mat one of the word bits. I really like the way that those black hearts look with the rainbow. And I'm adding in some gingham ribbon to this card because I really liked the way that those black hearts looked. I thought that the black and white gingham ribbon would look cute. I have this die cut from the planner stickers. I cut off the plaid so that it would fit a little bit better. Then I'm going to also use this word bit. I'm trying to figure out what to mat it on, and I'm going to use this orange. And then I decide to use the scraps of the orange card to make little photo corners for that journal spot. So I'm going to just trim off a piece and then make it a square, or a little bit more than, I made them a little rectangular. Then I'm going to cut them on the diagonal and glue them down in the corners. All right, I think this is the last one. Yes, this is the last one, and then I will go through them all for you so that you can see them. I know this video was pretty fast, but that's because, again, it was an hour and a half worth of footage, so we had to go through it a little bit fast so that this video wouldn't be insanely long. So I'll go through at the end and show you the cards a little bit slower so that you can see them. But I just mounted that one on 3 different cards, the scraps that I had left over, and then called it good. So here are all of the 20 cards that I created out of this collection. They're super fun, lots of different kinds. There's journaling cards, there's designer cards, you know, with words, there's all kinds of things going on here. I'm sort of collecting these layered cards at this point to use throughout the year in all of my scrapbooking. So I'm building up quite a stash between this and my Cocoa Daisy cards that I've been making. There's just a lot going on. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. Oh, these are the cards that I didn't do anything with. Plus, I'll show you the one remaining patterned card I have left over. Anyway, if you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Traci M. Reed, and I will leave a link to the Beginnings and Endings collection below. Thank you.